going to be top 10 comedies of all time, ever, as chosen by Jodie and myself. So do you want to go first?
Yes. Let me call up my data.
That was the worst pause ever. Keeping it in. So this is going from 10 to 1?
Yeah, I've not actually put it in an order here, but
Okay.
I'll kind of
Yeah.
make it. I know what one's
Okay.
I know one was my number one.
Okay.
So okay. So let's go. Number 10.
All ears.
Caddyshack.
Okay.
God, I don't know how many times we watched that.
No idea.
So many times. Bill Murray.
Ted Knight. Chevy
Ted Knight,
Chase.
Chevy Chase, classic.
Michael Keefe.
Yeah.
Sidney Morgan, who was also in Tron as well.
Yeah. Was a comedian, the one kind of one-liner, older comedian guy.
Yes, Rodney Dangerfield. Yes.
Yeah. When we were in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to name drop. Remember he walked by us?
Did he?
Were you
I don't
there
remember
at the time?
that, no.
He must have been there. He walked by us in the MGM. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, bloody hell. Anchorman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Will
That's
Ferrell,
a solid movie.
absolute classic, solid, quotable. I'm
Yep.
kind of going with these by quotableness as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Quotable
yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Will Ferrell, jazz flute.
Yep.
You know it. Everybody knows it. Then I'm gonna go Trading Places. Classic, quotable. Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd.
Yep.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Babula. Yep. Yep. Elliot. What's his name? Desmond Elliott is in it as well. Not Desmond. Elliot Gould. Denham Elliott. That's the one.
Denham Elliott. We got it on the end.
Jeez.
Denham Elliott. Aye. That's a classic. That's a total classic.
Yeah.
I mean, in the 80s, I think there was loads of great kind of, Trading Places, Stripes, Stir Crazy, all those ones. I could have picked any one of those, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they are all good.
All crackers.
Yes.
So then I'm going to go Spinal Tap.
I totally forgot about Spinal Tap.
Which is utter classic. I don't know if we've got any doublers here. We probably do.
I'm surprised that wasn't 11.
Boom. Spinal Tap, utter classic, totally quotable, and immensely quotable.
And if you're in a band, recommended viewing.
You recognise every single part of it.
Yeah, because you'll be like, oh yeah, we've done that. Yeah, definitely.
Danny going to bed.
Okay.
So you don't need to do an edit now tonight. Right, where were we? Spinal Tap. Then I'm going to go. Raising Arizona. I'm going to go there.
Mm-hmm. Where do I get my punch
Nicolas
the headliner
Cage.
thing from?
Nicolas Cage. Big. God, I'm so bad with actors.
John Goodman.
Classic.
Yes.
This is not sponsored by this Working Hands, by the way.
It's not sponsored by O'Keefe's Working Hands. It's just in case people wonder what I'm doing, rigging my hands like Mr. Burns.
Aye. Raising Arizona, one of our Holly Hunter, fantastic. One of our favourite films of all time. It's an outrageous joke.
And those directors are amazing as well. The Brothers
Coen Brothers movie.
Yep.
So funny. Such a ridiculous story about them kidnapping a baby of one of the world's richest, or the richest guy in that region.
From Unpainted Huff Hounds.
I don't know, Yoda's and shit. Describing the baby, what the baby was wearing. Brilliant, love it. And Nicolas Cage is just a powerhouse in comedy.
Yep.
Doesn't do enough kind of screwball stuff like that.
No.
He tries too hard to be serious, I think. But when he does serious roles, he's funny as well, you know. Or he's over the top, which I love him for as well.
I think that's why you're paying to see him.
Yeah,
have you ever seen there's a Community episode where Abed tries to get in the mind of Nicolas Cage and he goes insane and he just becomes Nicolas Cage. It's a great episode.
Yeah. But I wish he would do more kind of crazy comedies like that because it's really good. I mean, I could have picked Big Lebowski. I could have picked Oh Brother, Where Art Thou as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Coen brothers do some. In fact, what I really like with Brad Pitt and George Clooney in it.
Burn After Reading. That's good as well.
That's hilarious. Brilliant film. So funny. I could have picked any one of those. Them are going to go. I'm going to go Young Frankenstein. Gene Wilder.
Marty Feldman. Terry Garr.
Feldman. Thank God you're here.
What's her name? Miss Brookham or whatever her name is. Cloris Leachman. She's in it as well. Kenneth Mars as well. He plays the cop.
Who plays Frankenstein?
Peter Boyle.
Peter Boyle.
And of course the amazing Madeline Kahn as well.
Oh, she's fantastic.
It's two.
I love her. See when they're saying goodbye at the station at the beginning,
yes.
And she's like her makeup and all that, and her hair, and she
the hair,
end up touching elbows. That's what we're doing now.
Which is kind of funny. Which is what we're doing.
Yeah, you know. So she was way ahead of her time with that.
She was way ahead of her time. I love Madeline Kahn. She's so funny.
Oh, so I do too, and I love Terry Garr.
Terry Garr's really in it. Is really good in it as well.
Yeah, she's lovely as well. Both of them fantastic, brilliant film. Then I'm gonna go Naked Gun. I said,
yeah.
I've not said Naked Gun, have I?
Naked Gun's a really good choice.
Naked Gun. I could have put Airplane in, but I think I was of an age where Naked Gun for me hit me like a hammer. I was on the floor in the cinema. Do you remember going to see that?
Oh, it was so good.
I was on the floor. The scene where he sets fire to the room when he's looking for a clue.
Yeah.
Through the files and all that. He sets fire to place, and then he ends up outside
stabbing
in the
wall,
fish. And the statue, it ends up, it breaks off in his hand, and then he goes into this woman's apartment with it, and he's out of breath. This big phallus. I just was on the floor with that. I just thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen, and everything about it is. And Leslie Nielsen nailed it.
Yeah,
as that character.
Yeah, Priscilla Presley was great in it as well.
She was actually. She was really good. And O.J. Simpson, fantastic as ever.
Stole the show.
Anyway, yeah, brilliant. So then I'm gonna go. What number am I at now?
Jeez, I don't know.
Oh God, I thought you were writing these down.
No.
That's what you usually do.
You never told me to write them down.
Okay, right. I'm on
God. Highway to Hell.
I think I'm on Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Okay.
Another tough one to choose from. But I think for me that's their best. Although Life of Brian is up there. Meaning of Life, not so. But I remember the first thing. Do you remember when we get this out in video? And I was really into kind of nights and all that, and we got this out thinking it would be like really cool, and we were just too young to appreciate it, and we watched it and did not find it funny.
Oh,
Didn't get
the
it.
jokes went right by us.
And then I think a year later, we'd either heard about Monty
Dad got
Python
it
or
on video. He says, "Oh, you got to watch this, guys. It's a classic. It's Monty Python." And we're like, I don't know.
Can't remember. We're like, we've seen it. It's rubbish.
Yeah.
And then we watched it and we were absolutely wetting ourselves.
Yeah.
With
Castle Anthrax is my favourite scene in any
God.
Monty Python movie.
There's that, and there's so many good scenes. The scene with the guy that's inheriting everything, and he's like, "What, the curtains?"
Yes,
and then describing to the two guards who the guard is actually guarding.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What, me guarding the guard?"
Oh, it's a bit
No,
daft.
you wait here, guard. Just brilliant. Love it. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go In Bruges.
Okay.
Colin Farrell. And
I don't think it's a comedy so much, though, is it?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's a lot of funny. Okay. Enough laughs in it to make it a comedy. You could argue it's not, but I think it is. It's Colin Farrell and big Gleeson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays Mad Eye Moody in Harry
Potter.
Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Donald Gleeson? No. I'll look it up.
That's his son, is it not? Donald. Is it Donald Gleeson? His son plays Hux in the Star Wars movies.
Brendan
Gleeson. Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant film. I love it. It totally changed my opinion about Colin Farrell as well. I always thought Colin Farrell was a bit crap and he was going to go to B movies and be a bit rubbish, but totally changed my mind about him. He's brilliant in it. They both are. The script's dynamite. Ralph Fiennes is one of the biggest baddies ever. As well, he's
surprised he never made more of that character.
Yeah, it's like I mean the guy that wrote and directed that did Seven Psychopaths as well, and then he went on to do the seven. Was it the Billboards? 7 Billboards.
Oh, 3 Billboards Outside of Reading.
Aye, he went on to do that movie too.
It's a great movie.
Which is
Seven
a terrific film as
with
well.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, it's great.
Well,
it's a brilliant film.
Yeah. Although I think Kiss Kiss Bang Bang's better. I prefer that movie over the two of them. They've got a kind of similar vibe as well. I think.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
For me, In Bruges, and if I've got this right, my number one movie is Team America. Whee!
Okay. Yeah.
Which I think is just, even though I know where the joke is coming, I am laughing before the joke's there.
Yeah.
I just love it, and I love the ridiculousness of the puppets.
Yep.
The love scene in it.
Yes.
Between the two puppets is outrageous. I think there's an extended version of that. It's like even more outrageous when they're like pissing in each other and stuff. Oh well. Don't shoot the messenger. And let's get some of the funniest songs in it as well. One Wee being one of them.
It's got a great impersonation of the then leader of DPRK as well.
Yeah.
With his Matt Damon.
Oh yeah. And all the movie stars in it. It's funny. It's a kind of piss take about Hollywood and movie stars and things, and saying how basically how important they think they are in society, but actually they're not really.
It's basically it's every time Ricky Gervais gets up at the Golden Globes and says you guys don't really matter.
It is,
and they laugh at him, and you think to yourself, no, he's right. Just because you're in a movie doesn't make you better than me.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my top 10.
That's a solid top 10. We've waited weeks for this, Jody.
Thanks.
All right. So I've not done a top 10 this week.
What?
I'm going to sing a song instead. Of course, I've done a top 10. You told me to do a top 10. I'm going to do a top 10.
Oh my god.
All right. In at number 10. Oh, I love you. Ooh, baby. That was Led Zeppelin.
That was not.
It was.
Not your version. Your version was not.
Yes, it was. The Hangover in at number 10.
Just below
that was Team America, because I'm like, I really want to put Team America in the top 10, but I've got all these other movies and I don't know how to fit it in there.
This better be good.
So number 10, The Hangover, because I was living here in Canada by myself at the time, and decided I was going to go to the movies and watch something, and I saw this movie, The Hangover, and it was Ed Helms was in it, and I thought, oh, he's kind of funny. I like him from The Daily Show, and it was the funniest thing I think I'd seen in a long time. Actually, since Talladega Nights, it was.
Oh, I love that film too. Actually, yeah.
But yeah, The Hangover. Probably, well, it's the 10th in my mind. It's the 10th funniest film ever made. Number 9, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. I watched that 6
I'd be disappointed if you hadn't that in your list.
I know. I think it's again a great performance from Jim Carrey. Whatever you think of him now, back then he was like the number one star in movies. And this movie proves it. I think this was actually his first starring role. Actually, was Ace Ventura. Or maybe done The Mask before. Had he maybe done The Mask before? Anyway, his first couple of movies anyway was Ace Ventura. Amazing performance from Sean Young to Tone Loc's in it as well, and Courtney Cox as well. My favourite bit in all of Ace Ventura is the bit where he comes back after being beaten up with a shark, and he walks by the string quartet and just grabs the guy's elbow as he's about to go like that, and the bow goes right down there. I don't know. It just makes me laugh every single time. All right, number 8, Old School, by Will Ferrell and Luke Wilson, Owen's brother. Because it's hilarious. The whole My Boy Blue and Kansas's Candle in the Wind. Oh, not Candle in the Wind.
Owen Wilson in that. Is Owen Wilson the blonde surfer?
Maybe. Like a cameo? I'm not sure.
Wedding Crashers?
No, not Wedding Crashers. Old School.
Oh, sorry. No, you're right. Yeah. Sorry.
Old School. Number 7, Dumb and Dumber. Because those two are hilarious in that movie. Another Jim Carrey movie. Just the crazy situation, the whole thing about he falls in love with this girl called Swanson, and of course she's not called Swanson, it's just the name of the suitcase manufacturer, and they go cross country and they get into all these capers. They get involved with the mafia and all this crazy stuff, and they're just stupid idiots.
And she says, I'm going to Austria, and he's like, for another shrimp for the Barbie? And then when he's saying goodbye to her at the beginning, as if they've known each other forever. Aye. Oh my god. So funny.
I hate goodbyes. He gives her a big hug.
Aye. So overblown. Brilliant.
Petey with the taped on head.
Oh my god, I know.
Hey Petey, why aren't you tweeting?
Oh my god. See, the first time I saw that, it was the funniest thing I thought I'd ever seen.
The gas man as well. They haven't paid the gas man. They're talking about me because they know I've got acid problems. Number 6, Talladega Nights.
Oh, I love that
which film. I saw on a plane. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh, it's about NASCAR. All right, okay, I'll watch it. It is superb. Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly play NASCAR drivers for this like hick team, and it's just their rise and fall and rise again. And Sacha Baron Cohen plays an amazing character.
He nails it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like the whole bit in the bar as well. They want to go for pancakes, and he goes, in France we call them crepes. I will never call it that. You're an American now. And just all this argument. He goes, wait a minute, aren't crepes just really thin pancakes? Oh yeah, that's right. I really love those things. And they have this huge big argument about pancakes and crepes. Well, can we call them? Can we go and get them then? No, they're called crepes.
Aye, nah, I love that film too, and the relationship between him and his wife and his kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I love the bit in it as well where John C. Reilly phones him up because he's divorced now, and
he ends up with his wife, does he not?
Moves in with a wife, and he's going like, how do you get the music to go into the bedroom? He's like asking him how he's doing. He goes, I'm not telling you anything, I'm really angry with you. And he goes, I think your place is haunted, man. He goes, you're talking garbage, and he slams the phone down on him. Yeah. And John C. Reilly's just sitting there in the dark, and you hear this voice going, get out.
Brilliant.
So good.
I love Step Brothers as well with this.
Step Brothers. So I watched Step Brothers the first time, and I watched it stony faced through the whole thing, and I'm like, this movie is garbage. This is the worst movie ever. And then I watched it again, and maybe I was in a weird mood or something the first time. It is hilarious. The bit where he's goading him with his drum kit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you know what it is? It's how they play it as if they're still kids. It's that. Yeah. I think it's that. Yeah. Makes it funny.
So good. All right, number 5, Life of Brian. So for me, I actually think this is better than Holy Grail. Mainly because I go back and I watch Life of Brian quite a bit, and I don't really go back and watch Holy Grail that much. So for me, Life of Brian gets the vote. There's the bit in the middle where it goes all weird where Terry Gilliam gets the reins and does the little alien thing. But for the most part, I love the whole. He's not the Messiah. He's a naughty boy, and the crucifixion scene, obviously. There's all these great bits. The bit with the
it's brilliant.
Mornings go the house. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of torn between the two, to be honest with you, because as much as I think Meaning of Life's a good film, but it's not a patch in those two. I wish they'd done a fourth film. I wish they'd done more movies, but
yeah, it was not meant to be. All right, number 4, Big Lebowski, which is my favorite Coen Brothers movie.
Love it.
I love that. I think Jeff Bridges is amazing as the dude. I like Sam Elliott as the stranger. John Goodman's in it as well, who plays his Pekingese loving friend. Is it Pekingese he's got? No, it's a Shih Tzu. Something like that, anyway. Just amazing. And then what's his name's in it as well? Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
You know the inside joke about that movie is the fact that he keeps on getting told to shut up is because the previous movie he was in, all he did was talk in the movie.
Right.
The joke is he's being told to shut up in this movie.
And the Jesus, what do you call him?
No.
John Turturro.
John Turturro, yeah. Who was in Miller's Crossing and another couple of movies.
Barton Fink.
Barton Fink, yes, Barton Fink.
Aye. He's brilliant. He's brilliant in it as well.
He's really good, is it? Yeah. Flea's in it as well, from the bassist from Red Hot Chili Peppers. He plays one of the nihilists.
Aye, that's right. Aye.
Yeah. And Tara Reid, she plays Bunny.
Yeah.
And interestingly, her license plate reads Lupin, which is bunny in French.
Oh, really?
Yes.
There you
go.
Just a quick one. I forgot another thing we watched in Disney Plus was Tron Legacy.
Oh, okay. Another Jeff Bridges classic.
Yeah, and it was the first time that Danny had ever seen it. And he loved
Did he like it?
Loved
Really?
it.
Wow.
Aye. Yeah. Watched the whole lot. Loved it.
He's got taste.
He does. Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. That's a good movie. Like
It's
I
a
say,
good movie, by the way.
it took like 30 odd years to get that movie, but it was good. I'm surprised it's taken us another 10 odd years. I mean, they're built, or maybe not right now, but they're building the Tron coaster in Magic Kingdom in Disney World just now.
Mm.
It's like, I mean, clearly they like the property, so why not like give us another movie?
Do another one. No, that was a good one. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, moving on. So I had to get John Hughes movie in here somewhere, and I chose Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, brilliant! Great
because
choice. I love how our top tens are different, but I could watch all of these as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, same as yours as well. Like there was movies you were pulling out. I'm like, oh shit, I wish I'd chosen that. So yeah, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. About these two guys who, by chance, happen to be trying to get home to Chicago, or maybe only one of them's only trying to get home to Chicago. But anyway, two of them are trying to get home to Chicago, and they decide to help each other with the cross-country journey. Although one of them is begrudgingly helping the other one, and hilarity ensues with what's his name, Steve Martin, and John Sweetie.
Goodman.
No,
not Goodman.
Candy. Canada's own John Candy, who both put in an amazing performance. Those Aren't Pillows, which I think was the clip that I saw in film, whatever it was, with Barry Norman. And it was the bit where he goes, he says, "Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows." And I was like, I've got to go and see this movie. This is awesome. Okay, so number 2, I think you mentioned this in your top 10 as well, Caddyshack.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've seen this movie. This is from I can't remember the guy's name, but he did he did the National Lampoon, the Kenny, whatever his name was.
Loggins.
No, not Kenny Loggins.
His
surname was Kenny. No,
Harold
he directed
Ramis
it.
Directed it.
Yeah. No, it did. No, did he not co-wrote it? And Ivan
Reitman
directed it?
Ivan Reitman. Aye, it might be.
But it's Kenny. What was his name? Kenny. Anyway, the guy that did it was on Netflix with Will Forte. He played him in it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a great movie about these caddies. One in particular who's trying to go into law, and he's trying to suck up to Danny. Yeah. Danny something or other.
Not Zuko. That's Grease.
It's an Irish name because he comes from an Irish family, Irish Catholic family. And he's trying to suck up to Ted Knight, who's playing the judge, who's also in charge of the Bushwood Country Club. And there's another guy called Chershevik, or whatever his name is, played by Rodney Dangerfield, who's trying to build a whole bunch of condos. And there's a gopher, and Bill Murray's in it, and Chevy Chase is in it.
They are brilliant.
And the nice thing is, on your deathbed, you'll receive total consciousness, which is nice.
Which is nice. We must have watched that movie.
He's about to stiff me, and I'm like, hey, hey,
hundreds of times. The pitchfork.
He's going, hey. So good. All right, number 1 movie of all time ever, and this is actually my number 1 comedy movie of all time ever. Can you guess what it is? I've not mentioned it so far.
Oh, really?
Obviously.
Right. Okay. I'll kick myself. No, that's a movie. I'm just saying I'll kick myself. Right, go for it.
Blazing Saddles.
Ah, yes. I did mention it.
It's a movie that cannot be made today.
Yes.
But it is probably my favorite.
Which is a shame, really, because you should be able to.
Well, I mean, it's a different world.
Offensive, but it wasn't offensive.
It's a different world that we live in. I think there's other things that people could be offended by, to be honest. But it's of its time, shall we say?
They remade the producers, put it that way.
Well, that's true, yeah.
So,
and that had a song in it called "Springtime for Hitler."
yeah, can't get much more offensive than that.
No, no, I doubt it. So anyway, yeah, that's the top tens. Blazing Saddles about this guy who's on death row and he gets a stay of execution by becoming the town sheriff of this redneck town called Rockridge.
So, Blazing Saddles for you and Team America for me.
Yeah, 2 movies that can't be made.
That's true. Two totally inappropriate
Well
movies.
done. Well done.
Yeah, yeah. Not sure where our humour's at.
Yeah, yeah. But it's they're funny, so that's why.
Yeah.